If you don't know about what's happening in California, you're not alone. The news has been blacked out. If you don't know that Susan Sarandon, Mark Ruffalo, Ed Asner, Cornel West have signed a statement in support of the prisoners, you're not alone.
We have been on a hunger strike for more than 2 weeks now. Some of them are in renal failure. They say they'd rather die than go back to the conditions that they've been living under there.
So what conditions are they protesting?
Mainly the very long-term isolation. They could go into solitary confinement for decades, literally decades.
So there are unjust conditions in the prison, is what they're saying?
Well, they're barbaric conditions in the prison.
They're barbaric. But what is it that is worth protesting in?
Some of them haven't even been outside solitary confinement in years.
Up to 30 years sometimes, solitary confinement.
So all alone for 30 years?
Yeah, some of them have been.
Wow.
And it's, you know, you lose your mind in a lot less time than that.
Why?
And the only way they can get out is if they become snitches.
Snitches?
Snitches if they, quote, cooperate. And so when you have people undergoing torture, they will say anything to get out of it. And that's
so the people in hunger strike, is it the same people that have been put in solitary confinement?
Yes.
And so why were
others also?
Well, why were the people who started the hunger strike? Why were they in prison? Is it relevant or is it separate?
They're in prison because they committed crimes.
Okay. Well, where can people learn more about the particular story? Is it just all over California news?
It's in the California news. There was a New York Times editorial
Okay.
in support of the prisoners on, I think it was Monday.
Okay. And this is in Revolution News, right?
Well, they're writing about it.
Right.
They happen to be one of the groups that took this up because they feel it's inhumane and because they do work in anti-torture.
Anti-torture? Torture regarding snitching sort of thing? Getting people to speak?
No, it's the torture is the solitary confinement.
Sorry, what?
The torture is the solitary confinement.
Right. Okay, so
they also say they get no medical care. They have very sparse diet. If one person breaks the rules, they put a whole group of them into prison, into solitary or separately.
Right.
There's no administration that you could appeal to. You can't say, why did you put me in here? I didn't do anything. There's no hearing that will get you out.
Right.
It's strictly an administrative decision.
And did these hunger strikers announce a date of how long they're going to go on hunger strike?
They said till they die.
Wow.
They'd rather die than go back to those conditions.
And how many people are on hunger strike?
No, I don't know the number. This is no different than happened in England under Margaret Thatcher, when all those Irish people, Bobby Sands and so on, had hunger strikes. She just let them die.
She let people die?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's kind of tricky to go on a hunger strike when nobody cares if you die.
Tens of thousands of prisoners all across this country are kept in these kinds of torturous conditions of sensory deprivation, long-term isolation, and solitary confinement. And these prisoners in California, who are on the 20th day of a hunger strike, a 20th day of starving themselves,